Good morning, class 7. Myself, Ranjit Kumar. I welcome you all in the e-learning program of Modern English School, Kunti Nagar, Nawada. This is the sixth video lecture of the chapter Nutrition in Plant. In last videos, we have till now we have discussed about mode of nutrition, that is autotrophic, heterotrophic, and we have discussed in autotrophic mode of nutrition how plant make their own food with the help of process called photosynthesis, and that's why they are called producer. And the remaining all the organisms they depend directly or indirectly on plants are called heterotrophs, or they are also called consumers. We have discussed, and we have also discussed, along with the autotrophic nutrition, plants also perform heterotrophic nutrition. Certain non-green plants such as Cascuta, it perform parasitic, means that Cascuta is parasitic plant. Saprophytes, mushroom, fungi, yeast are the saprophytic plant. Then we have discussed about insectivores or carnivorous plant. Those are the pitcher plant, Venus flytrap or sundew plant. These are the insectivores plant. For their nitrogen requirement, they depend upon insect. And last was the symbiotic plants, means algae and fungi. One small point that I missed from the NCRT, and that I want to include in today's video. We get carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamin, mineral, everything from the plant. But we have only discussed about the synthesis of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates means C6H12O6. C6H12O6. These are synthesized by the plant during photosynthesis with the help of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Carbon, plant get carbon from CO2. Hydrogen and oxygen is supplied to the leaf for photosynthesis is from water. So we have seen those things. Now I am asking, do plants synthesize protein? Yes, protein is also synthesized by the plant. For example, pulses, dal, for soybean, in that these are the rich source of protein. So how protein is synthesized? These carbohydrates synthesized by the plant is used for synthesis of protein, fat and vitamins. These things are synthesized by the plant with the help of carbohydrates. One thing that you have to know for your standard, that you have to know, protein is formed, means for the synthesis of protein, nitrogen is very much essential. So from where plant get nitrogen? You will say, sir, nitrogen is present in the atmosphere, that is 78%. This atmospheric nitrogen in the gaseous form. It is in the gaseous form, and plant cannot take nitrogen from the atmosphere and use it for some synthesis of protein. So how do they get nitrogen? So for that, when you will go into senior class, you will understand, you will see a nitrogen cycle. For time being, for today, I will give you one thing only, that in soil there is a bacteria whose name is Rhizobium bacteria, or one more bacteria is blue-green algae or cyanobacteria. These are some microorganism or bacteria which is present in the soil, and they have the capacity to absorb atmospheric nitrogen and convert it into some other form, and the other form of this nitrogen is released by bacteria into the soil, and the form of nitrogen which is released by the bacteria in the soil is absorbed by the plant. Like this, nitrogen get their means plant get their nitrogen. So these bacteria help plant to get nitrogen. Since gaseous nitrogen is not usable, means it cannot be used by the plants directly, so these certain bacteria, rhizobium bacteria, cyanobacteria, these are the names. So you don't have to go into these names, but you must remember a bacteria. Remember at least this term bacteria. Certain bacteria has the capacity to convert gaseous nitrogen into usable form, and this usable form of nitrogen is absorbed by the plant for the synthesis of protein. You will know that sometimes the farmers add urea in the soil. What is urea? Urea is also a source of nitrogen. So farmers use urea to add into the soil, means that is a fertilizer. That urea is also providing nitrogen to the soil. Okay? So carbohydrates are synthesized through photosynthesis with the help of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. So you know that how plant get carbon, it is get carbon from CO2, hydrogen and oxygen is supplied to the plant through water. Means you know now water, H2O, hydrogen and oxygen. Next is these carbohydrates are used by plant to synthesize other component of food such as protein and fats. Nitrogen is essential for protein synthesis and plant cannot use gaseous nitrogen directly from atmosphere. Till here. Next point. Certain bacteria. Bacteria is a small, very small organism. It is called microorganism, and that cannot be seen by naked eye. Is called microorganism. Certain bacteria present in soil convert this gaseous nitrogen in usable form and release it in soil. Plant absorb these nitrogen component from soil to synthesize protein. So one thing that you have to keep in mind, nitrogen synthesis is completed, protein synthesis is completed by the plant with the help of certain bacteria. Okay. So one more thing that is in the blue box in your book, maybe second or third page, about the cell. So someone has asked also that please explain the cell. So I thought that better to explain that cell also. So to understand this, see here, I will give you an analogy, and that will means an example that will help you to understand well. See, you know bricks. Many bricks are joined together to form a wall, and the walls 1, 2, 3, 4, top and bottom. So all walls together joined together to form room, and many rooms together joined to form a flat, and many flat together forms a building. So, for building, the smallest unit is the brick. Without brick, you cannot make the structure called building. So, brick is the structural unit of this building. The structure of this building is performed by, is made by these bricks. You will say, sir, building is made from flat is made up of room is made up of wall is made up of bricks. But you will say flat, room, wall, you can say anything, but you cannot make flat without room, and you cannot make room without walls, and you cannot make walls without brick. Means brick is the smallest unit which is required to make a building. A building protects you from the heat, cold, rain. So whatever function is performed by the building is actually performed by the bricks. The wall is protecting you from the rain. Means many bricks together kept is this brick is protecting you from the rain. So this brick is the structural and the functional unit of the building. इस बिल्डिंग का कोई भी जो स्ट्रक्चर है वो इसी ब्रिक्स के द्वारा वो बना हुआ है, और इस बिल्डिंग का जो भी फंक्शन है, जैसे ये बिल्डिंग हमको बारिश से बचाता है, धूप से बचाता है, तो ये सब कौन कर रहा है? दीवार कर रहा है। और दीवार किस चीज से बना हुआ है? ब्रिक से बना हुआ है। सो वी कैन से बिल्डिंग का जो फंक्शन है वो भी परफॉर्म इसी ब्रिक्स के द्वारा किया जा रहा है। अब जैसे मान लेते हैं ऑर्गेनिज्म, एक ऑर्गेनिज्म है, लेट इट बी यू, मी, एनीवन, ह्यूमन बीइंग। Our body is made up of many organ systems like digestive system, respiratory system, reproductive system, excretory system, nervous system, skeletal system, circulatory system. Many system is there that perform different function of the organism. So many organ system is there. Each organ system is made up of many organs. For example, if we are talking about, take the example of digestive system. Digestive system is also example of a organ system. So this digestive system is made up of teeth, mouth, tongue, stomach, small intestine, large intestine. Different organs are there that is making the digestive system. So organ system is made up of organs. Organs are made up of tissue, and tissue is made up of cell. Means many cells join together to form tissue, tissue join together to form organ, many organ together form the organ system, and many organ system made the organism. So if we are the organism, the structure of my body is due to this cell, and whatever function I perform, for example if I am saying respiration, so respiration कहाँ होता है? सेल के अंदर ही respiration हो रहा है. हम लोग we take the food, we respiration means breaking down of the food. This is our cell, हमारे बॉडी का एक सेल है. So oxygen is present here, food is transferred here, it is broken down to release energy. So whatever function is performed in our body is due to cell. So the structure of my body is due to cell, and the whatever function that I perform is due to cell. So we can say cell is the structural and the functional unit of all living organism. Cell is the structural means of structure. सेल के कारण ही स्ट्रक्चर है. सेल इज द स्ट्रक्चरल एंड द फंक्शनल. फंक्शनल मीन्स whatever function is performed by the body is done by the cell. So cell is the structural and functional unit of life. जहां भी जिंदगी है, जो भी ऑर्गेनिज्म मीन्स जो भी जिंदा है, उनका बॉडी सेल से बना हुआ है. चाहे वो एक सेल से बना हो, 1000 सेल से बना हो, लाख सेल से बना हो, करोड़ों सेल से बना हुआ. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल इफ आपका वजन 45 kg है, तो आपके बॉडी में टोटल 45 into 10 to the power 15 इतने सेल्स हैं आपके बॉडी में. सो यू आर ए मल्टी सेल्यूलर organism. Just now I told you bacteria. Bacteria is made up of single cell, so it is called unicellular organism. Organism made up of single cell is called unicellular. Organism made up of more than one cell is called multicellular organism. We are multicellular organism. Dog, cat. If we are talking about elephant or rat, any organism, चाहे वो चूहा का बात करें हम, चाहे वो हाथी का बात करें हम, हाथी के बॉडी का सेल और चूहा के बॉडी का सेल दोनों एक ही साइज का है, बट हाथी के बॉडी में नंबर ऑफ सेल ज्यादा है इसलिए उसका बॉडी बड़ा है, और चूहा के बॉडी में नंबर ऑफ सेल कम है इसलिए उसका बॉडी छोटा है. ऐसा नहीं है कि हाथी के बॉडी में ज्यादा बड़ा बड़ा सेल है और चूहा के बॉडी में छोटा छोटा सेल है. इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट. नंबर ऑफ सेल इज मोर. ओके, सो व्हाट इज सेल? यू गॉट इट. एंड इट कैन ओनली बी मींस सेल कैन नॉट बी सीन. सेल को normally cell cannot be seen by naked eye. हम लोग अपनी आंख से नंगी आंख बिना किसी मदद के हम सेल को नहीं देख सकते, बट ऐसा भी असंभव नहीं है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल एग, जो आप अंडा खाते हैं, दैट इज अ सिंगल सेल, वो एक सेल का बना हुआ है. ऑस्ट्रिच का अंडा वो हम देख सकते हैं, सो वो एक सेल का बना हुआ है. दैट इज डिफरेंट थिंग. Leave it those things. So according to your book, I will stick to the book. What it says that normally a cell is like this. Shape of cell will be varied. For example, in our body, different type of cell. RBC is a disc-like cell. Nervous cells is elongated cell. Muscular cells, muscle cells are spindle-shaped cell. So different type of shape of the cell is of different type. But when we are talking about the cell, we roughly say 3 component of cell is essential. This is the example of a normal any animal cell. Means animal के बॉडी में पाया जाने वाला कोई भी सेल, चाहे वो डॉग हो, कैट हो, बिल्ली हो, कुछ भी हो, किसी के बारे में भी, तो 3 कंपोनेंट का होना जरूरी है. सबसे बाहर इसको बोलते हैं सेल मेम्ब्रेन, इसको बोलते हैं न्यूक्लियस, और इसके बीच में होता है साइटोप्लाज्म. सेल मेम्ब्रेन द आउटर मोस्ट डेलिकेट, ये बहुत ही नाजुक होता है, आउटर मोस्ट डेलिकेट लिविंग, ये जिंदा होता है, आउटर मोस्ट डेलिकेट एंड लिविंग बाउंड्री ऑफ द सेल is called cell membrane. So what is cell membrane? The thin outer boundary of cell is called cell membrane. It is delicate, बहुत नाजुक होता है, it is delicate and living. सेल की बात कर रहे हैं, जिंदा है. Next is nucleus. Nucleus is the control center of the cell. Whatever function that cell has to perform, everything is controlled by the nucleus, and nucleus is generally present at the center. Okay, in plant cell it is not placed at the center. When you will go into senior class, then you will see, but generally it is placed at the center. So nucleus, it is centrally located spherical structure. Okay, this is nucleus. And next is cytoplasm. Viscous मतलब गाढ़ा, viscous jelly like liquid present between nucleus and the cell membrane is called cytoplasm. This area, this have a jelly like liquid, and this jelly like liquid present around the nucleus is called cytoplasm. So jelly like substance present around nucleus is called cytoplasm. Okay, so hope you understand. If still anyone have any problem, you can ask. Okay.